She snickered when he came to court in full U.S. Army camo, boots still dirty from the field. She wouldn't even look him in the eye. "Guess the Army doesn't have dress codes!" she sneered. Her attorneys smirked. Her CEO sat beside her, folding his arms, confident this would be done in minutes. But when the judge had his say, the whole room fell silent. The soldier sergeant, first class, Michael Trent. 15 years with the U.S. Army. For overseas tours, several commendations for saving his life. A guy who never sought the spotlight, just did his job and came home in one piece. After leaving the Army, he took a quiet position as a night operations supervisor at Kingston Robotics, a warehouse full of sensitive high-tech machinery. To management, he was just another old soldier working below his station. Until one night, everything changed. The night of the explosion, shortly after midnight, Trent detected a faint beeping ring through the deserted warehouse. It wasn't from the machinery. His training immediately recognized the sound. It was the countdown timer on a bomb! The security systems had been compromised. The alarms were disabled. There were only 6 engineers remaining in there, laboring late over a multi-million-dollar prototype. He had less than 3 minutes. Trent told everyone to evacuate, but the engineers were reluctant to leave behind their work. There was no time to debate. So he made a decision only a warrior could make. He seized the device, ran flat out through the loading compound, and tossed it into the empty field behind the property. The fireball illuminated the night sky. Windows blew out. The blast knocked him to the ground. Shrapnel ripped through his side. His ears were damaged, but not a single person inside was injured. The police labeled him a hero. The bomb squad reported that his actions preserved lives. The company, they terminated him. The betrayal, their explanation? He removed company property without permission. He broke safety procedures. He contaminated evidence. No termination pay. No benefits. Just a cold handshake and a shut door. Trent didn't protest. Not initially. Until one of the engineers, a woman he had protected from the blast, stepped forward. She reached out to a veterans advocacy group who got him a lawyer. And that's how a soldier walked into court in his uniform. To face the people who betrayed him. The courtroom, the company's attorney, stood tall and smug. Mr. Trent acted recklessly, he said. This isn't a war zone. It's a workplace. The judge set down his pen. His voice cut through the silence. You're telling me this man should have stood by and let 6 people die? That's not the issue! Your Honor! The lawyer stammered. The judge's tone sharpened. It's the only issue. He looked at Trent. This man recognized an imminent threat, acted in seconds, and saved lives. The fact that your company would punish that speaks volumes about your leadership. Then, softer. Sargento! Torrento! Your courage here matches! Anything I've read from your service record? The verdict, the judge turned back to the defense. Here's my ruling. Full reinstatement. Triple back pay. An additional compensation for medical damages. All to be paid within 30 days. The room was silent. The CEO's confidence vanished. The engineer Trent had saved stood and hugged him. You took the blast for us, she said. We'll never forget that. Trent just nodded quietly. I only did what had to be done. So the next time a soldier is laughed at for the mud on his boots, remember, that mud came from where heroes stand while others flee, and that courtroom learned something that day. Don't ever underestimate the man who's already stood in fire and walked out alive.